Our company established in 1973 in Taiwan, and for many years we become one of the biggest electronic company in Taiwan. So total revenue turnover in our group is about $38 billion US.
It seems like pricing is a big factor in your success. I mean, you've been able to undercut a lot of the companies. You know, maker-bought devices, they're hitting well above $1,000. You've come out with devices that are under $300. How are you able to undercut that pricing?
So our company is a very vertical integrated company. So we not only for the manufacturing of 3D printer, we also manufacture so many different kinds of the product for the customer as well. So we are one of the biggest setup mask makers. We are one of the biggest of the storage product like external hard disk drive, SSD makers, and consumer electronics. We are number 2 in the notebook PC as well. So we do a lot of different kind of hardware electronic devices. That's why we have a bigger purchasing power. And number 2 is we manufacture by ourselves in Asia. So we are able to manufacture with a very low cost in our own factories. And number 3, because we design everything from the software, firmware, hardware, material by ourselves. So we're able to provide the best values to our customers.
When you look at where the consumer 3D printing industry is right now, has the industry been a victim of its own hype?
Not really. Actually, if you see all the new technology product in the initial years, so many new entries of the company were coming in, right? And a couple of years later, some people still survive, some companies drop off. This is the nature of the competitions. So we always are joking, actually it's true. About 30 years ago, maybe more than 100 companies in the worldwide doing the notebook PC. But you see how many people doing the notebook PC now? Probably not more than 5, right? So this is just a naturally competitions. And if you have a resource, investment, new technology, then you will survive and continuous. But for our company alone as XYZPrinting, not only try to promoting our own product with the newer technology, and we're also providing the other additional value to our customer with the software, material, and whole package. And for us alone, we try to touch bases on the different technology in the 3D printer area, because as a company, we don't know which technology will survive in the future, right? So we need to invest in different technology. So I think when we coming in, of course, we compete with our competitors, and they have their strengths, and sometimes probably they decide they are moved to a different territory. For example, the company think the margin is too low for them. They need to move to a different territory, but we're still happy with our low margin business to survive. Yeah.
One of the promises early on, a few years back when people really started earnestly speaking about consumer 3D printers was this idea of a 3D printer in every home. Is that still, do you still see that as the future of the technology?
Yes, actually I'm a big believer, not only for 3D printer have everyone at their home, but also 3D printer will be at their office and their factories. So just like people still debating become the self-driving car in the future? Probably not. All the car in the 20 years later become self-driving car. Just like 3D printer will be everywhere in the 20 years later.
So you're not troubled at all by what's been a bit of a constriction with the 3D printing industry right now? That doesn't worry you about the future of the technology?
No, not at all. Because this is the nature of the evolving of the technology, right? Right now it's just a stage to try to come on the next newer technology generation within period of time. For example, as you know, the continuous printing makes this printing speed much faster now, but still in the early stage. If they can do it much faster, precise, and easier, whatever, there will bring more people to use the 3D printers. Not waiting for 4 hours or 6 hours, probably 40 minutes, 4 minutes can be finished. So this kind of technology is really coming in pretty soon. In 2 or 3 years, become more accessible to the people.
And I'm wondering for your company, the breakdown of consumer units sold to schools versus actual in-home consumers. or DIY users. What is the breakdown now, and what direction is that headed in? Are you going to be more focused on schools or individual consumers in the future?
Okay. Of course, in the past 2 years, we only focus on the consumer channels because we are new. We don't have any channel at the time. So we only focus on the sales channel, the retail channels. But this year, we start to focus more and more in the education channels. So this year, we actually are more focused on education channel, and next year, we're more focused on professional channels. So we try to cover all the different perspectives. But for the business-wise, probably only like 20% come from education now. We see more probably next year.